Ladies and gents, in case I got shot. Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Today we are going to have part 2 of the August 12th, 2015 vlog. Bum 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 bum. Today on the show, maybe we'll be able to finish that interview with Marcy that we weren't able to do yesterday. Also, my friend Nick Bolus is moving back, which you already know from part 1 of this video. But he'll be here in an hour and a half, which means he'll probably be in the video. Who knows? Hey, that's probably him now over Facebook. Gotta go. More content, so stay tuned. It's not the easiest thing in the world to come up with a catchphrase. It has to be something that really reflects your character, something that can work for any situation, that can be used in a charming way even when things go bad. Like, Steve Urkel can say, "Did I do that?" in a situation that is comedic. He can say it when a situation is sad, or even when a situation could be frightening, and it all works appropriately. So, defining your catchphrase is something that really takes work. What is something you can say in literally any scenario and it always work? Like, maybe you could do a sound catchphrase like chicka-cow, because chicka-cow is something that you could say whenever. But I feel like chicka-cow most of the time would be like awkward. I can't think of many scenarios where you could say chicka-cow and it would work out like really well. Most people would be confused when you said it. And then I don't think anyone will ever say "oh" and then your name after you say "chichi-cow." Now you may be wondering, why would someone say "oh" and then your name anyways? Because that's what they always say in sitcoms. It's like, "Hey Jerry, did you leave the ice cream in the fridge instead of the freezer?" And then Jerry will be like, "Chichi-cow," and then they're like, "Oh Jerry." It's like, nah. In real life, it'll be like, "Jerry, did you leave the ice cream in the fridge instead of the freezer?" And then Jerry will be like, "Chichi-cow," and they just slap the crap out of Jerry because he shouldn't have put the ice cream in the fridge. So, I don't know. Catchphrases don't work the same way in real life. But I do feel like in real life you can have a good real life catchphrase. You just have to figure out what works for you. I say pay attention to what you say most of the time. You probably already have a catchphrase and you're just not aware of it. But once you become aware of whatever your actual real life catchphrase is, you'll be able to use it to your advantage when you feel like it's actually needed. Sometimes, if you want to lighten the mood, you don't have to have a joke or a story. You can just have your catchphrase or even your catch gesture. A lot of people do the Fonz thing in real life, where they like snap and point. Um, some people do like the little do 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 do. Some people whistle. I can't really whistle for real. I can do the tooth whistle, but not like the mouth whistle. I don't know anyone who snaps as a catchphrase where they're like, "yeah." No, I don't know anyone who does that. People will go snap and point, but I don't know anyone who's just like, "yeah." No one claps. I don't see that either. I don't see someone go, "hey guys, what's up?" No one does that. Um, I'd be annoyed if someone was like, as their catchphrase. That's not cool. I don't know. I'd have to see someone use it in a way that was entertaining. I've never seen one go and it'd be like, "oh hey, that was a nice thing that like adds to your personality." Nope. I do want to see someone make that work though. A wink is kind of, it's really subtle. If that was like your catch gesture, because I do feel like catch gestures exist in the same way as catchphrases do, and you would use them the same time you would use a catchphrase. Hmm. A phrase kind of seems to be like really important, because I noticed that chicka-cow is not a phrase, it is like a sound. But there are catchphrases that are like sounds, but technically they're not catchphrases. Like cowabunga is a catchphrase, but if you think about it, it's not a phrase. It's a made up word. So to make it a phrase has to kind of be like a sentence. Like, "did I do that?" is a phrase. I suppose. But cowabunga would not be a phrase. So that means there are catchwords, and there are catchphrases, and then there are catch gestures. I wonder why they're called catchphrases. Why the catch part in front of it? Why not signature phrases? That seems to make sense. It's your signature phrase. It's your go-to phrase. What would be a good catchphrase? I like to say, I'm always here to help a lot. So that's my personal catchphrase. What's your personal catchphrase? Post yours in the comment section below. And stay tuned for more content. Oh, and maybe later on we'll ask around, see what individual people's catchphrases are on campus. We as human beings never realized that snakes were a thing. Now, you may be like, how is that possible? How would we never realize the existence of snakes? Well, think of it like this. What if, when we saw the first snake, we were like, oh crap, this lizard doesn't have legs. What happened to his legs? And then it was like, something must have removed this lizard's legs. And then we looked around, we saw another snake, and we were like, oh crap, it's an epidemic. Something is removing these lizards' legs. And for years, we were trying to figure out, like, why these lizards were being born without legs. And we never called them snakes. We just thought it was some evolutionary mutation in which lizards had lost their legs. Even at birth, they're born, and it's like, why does it not have legs? What is, what is the purpose? The opposite could have also been true. We could have known about snakes first, and then you see lizards, and it's like, how did these snakes get legs? Because we just as easily could have called them the same thing, right? And just said, oh, hey, look, that's a legless, that's a legless lizard. Or you could have said, that's a legged snake, and they'd be like the same type of creature. Just a thought. Another random thought is, who's the first person to discover that we can drink cow milk, and how'd they discover it? So, we take cow milk for granted. We've had cow milk since we were very young. So why not drink it, right? But when there were just like a bunch of normal people around, and there was a cow, and the cow had udders, did somebody like see a baby cow drinking from a cow and then say, oh, I'll try that too, I'm thirsty, and then they just like went down there and they tried it? Or do you think that some dude was just crazy and he was just messing with the cow? Because I'm like, I don't understand how that really happened. Like, try and put yourself in that position. You have never tried cow milk. No one you know has ever tried cow milk. No one you know has ever encountered a cow and been like, you know what, I'm going to drink this. You're minding your own business. There's a cow here. Any other time, you would just kill the cow and just eat it. You would hunt it. But in this particular situation, you're not trying to hunt for anything. You're thirsty and you see a cow. What is your first instinct? Like, I don't know how you would discover cow milk, the taste of it, and be like, yeah, maybe it was a dare. Maybe like another primitive man was like, yo, I dare you to go like suck that cow udder. Or, I don't know, it just doesn't sound right. I can't really think of it. Even if you saw a baby cow drink a cow's milk, let's say you saw that, and you're like, oh, well, if a baby cow can do it, I can do it. Because people trying to say that to rationalize it. Like, yeah, someone probably just saw like a calf nursing on it, and then was like, I'll go for it. I mean, we don't drink dog milk. Dogs will like nurse their young. Like, to me, that doesn't make it look any more like, yeah, I could drink that. Just to see like another animal of the same kind drink the milk wouldn't make me suddenly be like, it's okay to drink the milk. I wouldn't be down. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass. I don't want to. I don't want to drink that. Matter of fact, even if my friend came up to me with just like milk all over his face, like the first milk mustache, but it's like a milk beard, And he's like, dude, you gotta try this. I'd be like, what's on your face? And then he would tell me where it came from, and I'd be like, oh, what? No. He would have to trick me. He would have to trick me into drinking milk. I'd have to be over his hut, or over to his cave or whatever, and he'd have to be like, hey, check out this new drink I made. And I'd be like, oh, looks kind of like, coconut juice or whatever. And I'd drink it and I'd be like, this is alright, what is this? And he'd be like, came out of that cow. And I'd be like, what's wrong with you? And I would like drink a little bit more and I'd be like, hey, this is alright. I don't know. What if they accidentally discovered it? What if a cow was like laying down and somebody like tripped and and just smashed their face into the cow udder, and the cow like freaks out and like shot milk in his face and got in his mouth and was like, oh, this was alright. I feel like the first person to try cow milk probably didn't intentionally try cow milk, or it was someone who wasn't in their right mind who drank cow milk. I don't feel like somebody just saw a cow and was like, this is a source of liquid for hydration. We should milk these cows, and we should just have their milk. I feel like there was like a progressive movement. There could have been a point of time in which somebody was like, we should drink cow milk, it's delicious, and everybody else was like, no, you're nasty, go away. It's just an odd thing to think about, But I'll let you sit on that. Right before this next bit of content, stay tuned. Hello, this is Sam. We went to high school together. Sam is really cool. You're about to see a picture of him with fire powers. What? Okay, cool. Da-da-da-da. Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome, Nick.
Hello again, guys. I've arrived at the Fronds, and I'm here to help Nick check in to get a guy. So I'm going to help unpack, and I'll have more content for you guys later. Check-a-ga. To Cheddar's for dinner and picking up a new chair for Nick at Office Depot. So now we're hanging out in his dorm, and let's prepare for some exciting misadventures. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-ba. Hey guys, so now we're going to put a chair together, get things settled in Nick's room, probably clear some of these boxes out, get it looking like he's moved in. The packing for tonight has come to a close. We have a shopping cart in the corner. We have the night's about to end. But don't worry, we've had a good time. We've had our laughs. We've had our rests.
You make it sound so dramatic.
It is dramatic.
No,
it's
not.
quite amazing.
It's packing.
Yes. It's packing for the rest of his few months. Well, actually, how long are you living in college? Like the whole time?
This will be my room until the end of the spring semester.
Oh, okay. Until the end of the spring semester. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty deep defining moment. We just made like a home movie here. Booyah.
You made a home movie. We protested mildly.
There you go. Mild protest leads to change.
Evidently.
Anyways, so that's probably the end of this segment of this episode. Possibly the end of this episode. Who knows? You know, because this has a timestamp, so you'll know if this is like almost over, if there's like another 20 minutes or something. And we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll get an interview. Maybe we'll get an interview later.
That won't happen.
Anyways. Hasta luego. So I just left from helping Nick Bolus, and now I'm chilling in the office with the RAs watching Parks and Recreation. So, yeah.
Mustang. Oh, nice white.
Can you imagine he's wearing a cape?
So I'll check in with you guys later. Tune in for more content. Watching Parks and Recreation, some of the RAs worked on a few of these cool pom-pom things. Check them out.
That's right. That's what we did. So cool. Rockstar. Okay, alright, yeah. We'll get it next time.
It's time to probably head to bed. Or is it? You know, the night's still young. More things could happen. And more interestingly, it appears that my other 2 roommates, out of the 3 roommates, have possibly moved in. Who knows what I will encounter within my own dorm? Will more misadventures ensue? Find out. Maybe there's more content, or maybe the video ends here. Chilling with Patrick in the lobby. Hey. Everybody, welcome back. We're going to have stories with Patrick, so please enjoy.
Story time. So, 10 o'clock, my roommates, 10 o'clock at night, my roommate's playing his little video game and whatnot. I'm playing mine in my room. And, I'm sitting there. I got headphones on at full blast. And I hear gunfire and everything. So, I hear a crash in the other room. The loudest crash. So, I grab my phone and everything. I got 911 on speed dial. And I knock on my roommate's door and I go, "You okay, bud?" And he opens the door, just swings it open. He got the stupidest smile on his face. He's like, "You never believe what just happened." And I look over his shoulder, chairs on the ground. It's like, I'm pretty sure I can, but go ahead. So he fell back in his chair and leaned back too far, and he missed the edge of the desk by half an inch. So he's like, "I can't believe it." I was like, "Bro, if you hit your head on that, you'd be either dead or very, very, very hurt, probably knocked out." So, and then of course he looks under his chair, his PS4 controller, completely, the analog sticks are, I think the back was ripped out, the analog sticks were ripped off.
Oh god.
And he goes, he's like, the stupid face becomes like this, like, "What?" "I can't believe this happened." He's like, "I can't. Like, would you rather lose your head than lose your controller?" Think about that. He goes, "Okay, I can understand that." So I go back in my room. He's raging in his room about how he can't play PS4 or whatever. He's like, "It would be $50. It's better than like a $2,000 hospital bill." Comes back in at, I think, 11:30. An hour and a half later, comes back in and he goes on the door. He goes, "You want to go to Taco Bell?" Okay. It's 11:30, bro. Let's go to Taco Bell. His car broke down like last week. We only had bikes. It's 11:30. The lobby's closed. We pulled into the Taco Bell drive-through on bikes. Okay? We got a car in front of us and a car behind us, and they're looking at the window. They're going, they're like, and the guy behind us thinks like we're like thugs or something.
On bikes?
Yeah, we're gonna do a drive-by on bikes or something. So, of course, we pull up to the thing. We're about to order. And there they are. Shut up and film for a second.
Oh, okay.
But they're here.
Okay, cool. We're gonna let in the other guys. What? They could just walk in?
Okay.
What? He has a card.
Finally got your
So
card.
you do have a card. They didn't have a card earlier. But yeah.
Alright, let me finish the story.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go help him with the drive. Is it on?
Yeah.
Alright, so, where's it? Oh, so we pulled up to the thing, about to order, and the guy goes, you can't order on bikes, man. It's a drive-thru. You can order on anything you want. You pull up in my, put up in a little scooter, like one of those little kid scooters. Drive. Anywhere else would accept my business. So, but I'm not even mad. I'm laughing. Tucker, he's like, I can't believe, and he's about to go up there and like scream at the guy. He's, I can't believe this. What? You can't accept a business, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, just think about everything for a second. This is one of the best experiences I've had. This is college. This is college right here. So he goes, all right, we'll go to Domino's. So it's 11:50. So we're riding up University, up toward the bridge, going to Domino's. Got there 12:01. Just shut down a minute ago.
Gosh.
Can't believe this. I'm not gonna have any food. Blah blah blah. As we got food at the house. I can cook you like macaroni and cheese or something. I can make you tuna. I can make you I can make you a whole dinner. So he's okay, fine. So we rode back to the dorm, and there's a girl at the front desk, and instead of going to the room, he turns toward the desk. So I'm like, so he goes up and he goes, "You know any place we can order out from?" I was like 12:30 there. Order out now, and she's like, she starts looking through stuff. I think she found like this little sandwich place. She goes, "Yeah, you can order from here." So she takes the calling card from the desk, with it already has a phone number or anything. Takes the calling card, flips it over, and writes the number of this place on the back of the calling card. Gives it to Tucker. Tucker takes the calling card from the side she wrote on and flips it back over. And calls that number. And some guy with a very deep voice, I don't want to be racist, but sounded like a really, really like thug black guy, answers the phone and goes, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, I'm just gonna use pizza. I was like, is this pizza? And the guy starts laughing, like you can hear his deep voice, and he's not even on a speaker, and you can hear him like across the entire lobby laughing. So he hangs up the phone, takes his beanie on his head, and just puts it over his face, and just puts his head down, starts walking. And I'm like, why can't you just eat some macaroni and cheese that I can make you? Is it ready? Alright, I'm gonna finish. So why can't you eat the macaroni? So, okay. That's like the third time he says okay. So we go up to the room, and he goes, "I want some beef stroganoff." I'm like, bro, how are you gonna cook that? So it's like he takes, he's got this big bucket in his room, flips open the bucket, throws it across the room. And you ever see, like, in the movies where they're throwing stuff over their shoulder? He's throwing pans and food over his shoulder. He's like, "We can make tortillas and this and this." And I'm like, wait a second, bro. When did you get that? Look at the expiration date. Everything in the bucket was expired. Everything was expired. He's throwing everything away. He's mad. I can't make my beef stroganoff, man. It's gone bad. I'm like, macaroni and cheese, bro. It's my life. You can eat it. He goes, "I want tuna." Okay. Go into the other room, break out a can of tuna. I never made tuna yet. Break out a can of tuna, and I realized something. Tuna's in a can. We need to open the can. We need a can opener. So I go back, I said, "You got a can opener?" Starts going through the stuff again, can't find the can opener. Breaks out a giant jar of mayonnaise, slams it on the desk, and says, "I want my tuna." Bashing the can. So, open. I'm like, "I'll just make the macaroni." "I don't want macaroni and cheese." Puts the tuna on the table, walks into the hallway, and just slowly, here's the wall, and he just like slowly leans back on it like he's dying. So I'm like, "You can eat anything tonight." And he just goes, "Good night," and just walks in. Didn't eat anything at all. We went 2 different restaurants. I think 3 different restaurants, but like one we just passed by, Bojangles, right up there. And we called the place. I think we ended up calling it, but like they weren't even open. And then tried to make 3 different things. I offered him
Macaroni and cheese.
So he woke up. Yeah. So yeah, I could have made him ramen. The universal college meal, literally. Excuse me. So of course he wakes up the next morning. Wakes up, and the first thing he goes, and I can hear him through the wall, and goes, "I never got my taco." So that, and I have pictures, but I'll show you next time.
Ooh.
But that was one of the best college nights I've ever had. Like, so many people watched us, and they probably thought we were insane. You can cut now, director.
So we're signing off for the night from Patrick. So we're both going to head off to bed. Thank you for your time, Patrick. It was great having you on the show.
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone. Though I have already said that like twice tonight and had more content, so stay tuned. There may be more content.